All right, check it out. So I have a game. I'm trying to catch up. Can't speak. Trying to catch up to real time here. Although we don't really need to. Hold on. Let me put it. This game's already in play here. I'll put it at 2x speed maybe. So we have Careful Tulip and Nuni 18 ALPO. Tulip playing as the Goths. ALPO playing as the Poles. They're both super high ranked. So I can get the exact ranking of them real quick, actually, while we're doing this. Why not? Why not? Let's see what we got. So, let's see. ALPO is 7th. He's 1881. And Careful Tulip is 14th, 1818. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Why not? So what did I say? ALPO is 7th at 1881. Oh, that's ALPO, 1881. And Tulip is 14th at 1818. Okay. Bang, bada, boom. So we have Goths on the north here in the red. That's Careful Tulip. Let me change one thing real quick. Should be a really good game, though. It should be a very good game. Okay. I had to change something on my Twitch here. MBD, all set. Alright, let's go to 2x speed. This should be catching up to real time here. Actually, let's just go regular speed. So, ALPO with the Archer Rush here. Doing really good. Good army there. We have Archers and a Spear for Tulip on the bottom. They're playing as the Goths. And that is a lot of kills for ALPO. Tulip, you're in trouble, buddy. But it is 31 to 31, actually. So they both... Oh, wait, I'm lost. 32... Idle TC for ALPO is super high. These guys are trying to get in. They cannot. Yeah, it's kind of weird. We have 7 kills for ALPO, but they're only up 1 villager. Usually after seven villager kills, you'd be up higher. But now Tulip is here, ready to respond. I don't think Tulip cares too much about this watchtower. They'll try to bait these archers to come out. Tulip has fletching. They both have fletching. No armor upgrade, though. So it's archer versus archer on both sides. Tulip will lose his archers down here. ALPO will lose their archers up on the north. No Vil kills for Tulip, though. You really want to see some Vil kills. Maybe snipe these farms, at least. And that Vil's down. And ALPO still has some archers up in Tulip's base. Sitting right on his gold, right on his other wood line. Does he have access to any other gold? Not really. No, this is a tough map. The other gold is outside here, which it could go for. But Tulip is already on the way to Castle Age, so I'm curious what they're going to do. They're playing as the Goths. Goths have obviously great infantry. So if the Goths can get into infantry, maybe make some Huskarls, that might be pretty good here. Did mix in some skirmishers. I do like that a lot. A lot of players seem really stubborn. They just want to make archers versus archers, and I just think just throw in a couple of skirmishers, you know? Like, I know they cost food. No one wants to spend food because they want to get up to the next stage. But skirmishers are just so good against archers. Like, it's not even close to a fair fight. These 3 skirmishers just killed all, like, 6 or 7 of these archers without taking, like, any damage. Took like 20 damage between the 3 of them. And ALPO's on the way to Castle. They're gonna be a little bit slower though. ALPO playing as the Poles. So the Poles have the Fallworks that give you extra food every time you build them. And we have 2 stables coming up. We're going to see knights from ALPO, I would imagine. But too many skirmishers from Tulip. Tulip should know that in Castle Age is probably going to be a switch. So they're probably not going to build any more, but they already had these queued up, and they just let them build. Just in case there's more archers coming out. And there are some archers back at ALPO's base, so it's not a terrible situation. But they're going for elite skirmisher, and they're going to get hit with knights. But there's still enough archers, and let's see if Crossbows going to come in. And Crossbows coming in. So we're going to have, I believe it's going to be knights and archers, which are tough to have 2 gold units. Nothing coming out of the stables yet. Okay, 2 knights in queue right now. And these skirmishers moved all the way forward. They're kind of out of position. Tulip's still prepping for archers. So it's going to be archers and knights. And Poles, you don't want to wait too long to fight Poles, in my opinion. Poles have their advantage that comes like way later in the game compared to most civs. And Goths kind of always have an infantry bonus. So, okay, so he's making some pikes. So he kind of knows, or he's upgrading the pikes at least. So he's expecting some kind of cav follow-up. But these skirmishers need to get back. Second TC for Tulip. Okay, so pretty good defense. Tulip has the defense there. But these knights are going to be able to just swarm these skirmishers. So it looks like, ALPO made just 3 knights and hasn't made any more units since then. Making 3 more knights. So it looks like they're going to make the transition into full knights. They did get the crossbow upgrade. They did get Bodkin. So they're not, like, not making archers or crossbow. And a bunch of the skirms went down here. Bill count's right even though. So archers are in. Getting some Vil hits here. Killed 1 Vil. So 1 Vil is sitting on the gold here. We have knights coming in the front. Pikes take out 1 knight. These knights are running back. They don't want to run in. They see what happened to their buddy. And a defensive castle coming up for Tulip, which is really, really smart. Kind of at the front of their base, it actually might be better, kind of more towards protected gold, because the gold is still at risk. But let's see. And even with the hill bonus, these archers are going down to just a handful of skirms. And no real commitment from ALPO as far as units go. These crossbow are going down. There's only 3 knights on the field. He's kind of just focused on his eco right now, which the pole player is fine. Like you have the stronger eco for sure. So you can kind of sit back and take your time. Like Tulip is actually the one on the clock that needs to get in and get some damage early. Like Tulip can't wait any longer than they are. Bloodlines coming in. Husbandry came in first. That's interesting. I mean, husbandry is cheaper, so it makes sense. Usually you see bloodlines coming in first. Husbandry makes your cav faster, but bloodlines make them stronger or tougher. Gives them more HP. And pikes and skirms for Tulip. I think I'd like to see maybe some Huskarls mixed in there. There's one Huskarl here. You know, it's like, what do you spend your gold on is the question, right? If pikes and skirm are the units you're making, then you're not spending much gold. I think he always needed some kind of gold unit, but it's a good combo. It's kind of a defensive combo, which maybe yes, maybe no. We have the knights trying to get into the skirmishers. We have the pikes trying to protect the knights, protect the skirmishers from the knights. And this looks like Tulip's getting the better of this engagement here. That's really nice. There's only 4 skirms left, though. If these skirms go down, it's a problem. ALPO's still not refreshing their units, though. All right, all the skirms are down here in the front. There are Huskarls coming in. Huskarls and pikes are probably the better composition. I mean, Huskarls and pikes are... And maybe skirms. I don't know. It's tough composition. It's really kind of tricky, because Huskarls can eat up the arrows, right? But the pikes will go down to. They won't be able to. The Huskarls won't be able to really kill the crossbow. And we have 9 crossbow in queue, so it looks like ALPO is committing to crossbow more so than knights right now. And got the sweet economy. Got their full working. And they're going for forward castle. It's a good castle, but I don't know if they have the units to defend it. Huskarls coming in. Huskarls can go down to these knights. There's only 3 knights. They're kind of already weak. And I like the comp from Tulip a lot better. I think the Huskarls are going to do really well against the archers, and the knights aren't going to be able to get into the Huskarls. And Huskarls are super fast, and they're not like terrible against knights. Like I don't think they have a bonus or anything. No cav bonus at all. But as long as you have enough pikes in there. But ALPO is focused on their economy, and they're putting up kind of a panic castle here. They see the army coming. But their economy is really, really good. They're up 12 villagers, and they have the full works, the super fast farms. Squire's coming in from ALPO. So ALPO's going Obuks. Obuks could be an interesting unit. I don't know if it's necessarily the best unit. Like, Obuks are really good against high armor units. And I guess they're there to kill the Huskarls more so than anything. We have a forward castle trying to get built. Where's the villagers, though? There's only 1 villager here. There's like a handful of villagers forward. Okay, yep. That's a good spot for the castle. So I think this is going to come down to whoever can get into Imp. This castle's really good on the hill, though. Because you protect the Trebs can treb down that castle, then you can move in. But again, you're always on the clock. And Knight's in the back of Tulip's base here. Knights are just running through. I think they're kind of more scouting than they are fighting. Interesting. They probably could have got a handful of ill kills there. But they just ran in and out. But I think that ALPO wants the scouts over here, or the knights over here. And Obuk's coming out. Let's see how the Obuks do against the Huskarls. I would think, let's see, Huskarls are 10 attack. And they have 2 pierce armor, but Obuks ignore pierce armor. Obuks are a little bit more tanky than the Huskarls, but I think they're also probably more expensive. The Huskarls you can kind of spam out there. But this is not what you want to do if you're Tulip, though. You don't want to trickle your units into them. And we have these vills going out. 16 vills. They might be going for like a side base over here or another forward castle. Probably a forward castle over here, then like a side base to attack from. Yeah, Tulip down 14 vills. Res collected about 2k below. But these units can do some damage, but they're going to be out of position to help to defend his base. But Huskarls are great raiding units because they have such high pierce armor that these town centers just don't do a lot of damage to them. So you can fight right under the town center. This is a great raid. This is what you need. And now the vill count is basically even. That's a great raid. Obuks are coming in here. Yeah, this is what I didn't like about this castle here. I thought it'd be better kind of more towards the gold, because now there's just not a lot protecting this gold. And that's a tough forward castle. Tulip is slightly up on the vills. Is this going to be enough vill damage is the question, because this is a lot of vill kills. Pikes are going underneath the castle. Tulip's not really paying attention to this. Yeah, you gotta get him out of there. And these vills are moving forward. Little forward base. 2 more town centers going up for Tulip. Tulip really hanging in there pretty well. I think it's gonna come down to who gets the Trebs out first and can do the most damage. And right now, Tulip is on the way. Tulip is on the way up. Tulip is up 10 vills from after that raid, too. I think Tulip just has the better comp overall. Great town center there. At the castle kind of protecting the front. Tulip's a little low on gold. I had to abandon this gold over here. And I don't know where is he taking gold right now? Nothing there. It's got to be forward gold. Gold's over here. And Tulip went for ballistics and chemistry first. Huh. I would not have expected that. They do have... From which castle? This castle up here is making a treb. So there's one treb in ballistics and chemistry, so I think that they're expecting to go back into skirms, maybe? These Obos are just destroying everything up here now. Tulip's still up on the vills, though. But more vills, but a lot more running, a lot more vill time leaving. These town centers are all going to go away. You know, this trebuchet, it's only one. You definitely want to have more. But it's attacking the main base of ALPO, so that could be really good. These vills probably need to run away. He's running away. I think Tulip is kind of focused somewhere else because there's a lot of idle military up here that needs to get involved. Okay, the chemistry's on the way, so Tulip clicked chemistry and then canceled it, and now clicked it again. And this Treb is not very well protected. It's going to go down to these knights. Yeah, I think Tulip just got kind of overwhelmed trying to run away and slash defend this base, and then trying to forward push at the same time. They're still up. They're still up almost 12 villagers. Do they know that, though? Like, is there any way for them to really be aware that they're ahead? Like, if I was in Tulip position, I would feel like I'm behind right now. And ALPO is expanding to the left side over here. I mean, this is gonna be possibly a pretty long game. I don't see either one getting an advantage anytime soon. And I know neither of these guys have much quit in them. I know that they're gonna wanna play this out. But I got time. I got all night. And we have hand cannoneers here. Okay, so chemistry was for hand cannoneers. That's what it was. Which hand cannoneers will be very good against the oboes. So that's a high IQ from Tulip. Tulip's really playing this very, very well under a lot of pressure from ALPO. But ALPO is playing very well, too. ALPO has the exact right comp. You know, Tulip is basically making counter units for what ALPO is doing. And that works, but for me, like, I want to be in the driver's seat. I want to be the one that they're reacting to, not the one that's reacting. But this forward push is working pretty well. And ALPO is up here taking gold. Tulip has a base here, has access to gold here, and I think this one over here ran out. There was another one. Oh no, they're still here. There's still gold here. There's still gold. I'm trying to click it. Let me click it. Hey. 200 gold left, so that's gonna run out in about a second. But ALPO being so spread out has access to gold here, access to gold here. I don't think ALPO really knows where to push right now. But they're going to have to fight this back. Tulip has only 4 pikes, and they're pretty much out of position. So yeah, once these knights come in... Trebs are going to go down. That's going to stop this push. I don't think these knights have enough to put the hammer into it. Hard raid here from ALPO. So we have the Obuks, and Tulip was not prepared for this many knights. They are only knights. They're not Cavalier. Well, that's a big, big raid, though. And if you're Tulip, you have to feel like you're just like behind on villagers. Like there's just no way you think that you're ahead on villagers. And I don't think they're going to be ahead for very long. So they're 5 up. And there's 8 pikes in queue. And okay, so that raid ended. Pretty close to even on vill count right now. But this push was halted. So what makes the Poles so strong late is, so they get extra food from farming around Folwarks, right? So that's number one. But then they also get a castle tech that makes their knights cheaper, gives them less gold. So it's just like, it's like 60 food and 30 gold or whatever, instead of like 70. It's like equal amount of food, but like half as much gold. So it's super, super like cheap just to mass knights. Like knights are basically like hussars. Because a little bit of gold cost, but most of the food cost. Yeah, I like taking out the production buildings here, though. That'll slow down some of these knights. And taking Tulip is housed, though. That's a big problem. Tulip is housed, still getting raided on the back with knights. Hand cannons are so strong, though. I don't know if Tulip can hold this or not. I don't know. Tulip has one town center still. I think that's it. Because we have 1, 2, 3 for ALPO. So if ALPO keeps making villagers, they're gonna get a nice, you know, nice villager league. They're only at 80, 75 and 85. Obuk's still up here. There's some red villagers up here. What are these guys doing? Where were they? Might have been going for this gold, maybe. What kind of villagers are they? Just villagers, they don't say. But I mean, this base, it looks like Tulip can kill this whole base. But ALPO has 2 more town centers over here. They're running out of gold. There's a little bit of gold here. Let's see how much gold in there. There's 12k gold on the whole map. So there's still gold here to be taken. There's still gold here that's not fully taken. Love this castle because all the raids are coming in over here. And another raid coming in, but this castle should do a pretty good job of protecting. And they're even villagers again. And there's a lot of blue villagers over here. 8 blue vills, 10. 10 blue vills over here that can still go down. And there's nothing protecting these vills. And ALPO was relying on these raids to get ahead in this game. But now with the extra castle here, there's 3 castles. I mean, how much can you raid with 3 castles there? Another TC from Tulip. I mean, there's just no quitting these guys. You guys are going all over the map. I mean, just like, watch this whole map. Look at that. Look at the mini map. Like, there's just, they're everywhere. The only spots they're not is just in this corner over here. Okay, Tulip realized this base is done. So they're gonna move up to this town center. I don't see ALPO coming back here. I think this is Tulip's game. We have Skirms coming out for ALPO. Well, these hand cannons are so strong. And these night raids are just not enough. Do Poles... Oh, I was gonna do Poles get Cavalier, and they should, but he's not in Imp. Yeah, they get Cavalier for sure, but he's not an Imp. Wow, I don't know. How did ALPO not be able to get into Imp? Great forward castle there, but now Imp is in for ALPO now. So I think ALPO just kind of wanted to win in Castle Age for whatever reason. this castle goes down, which it looks like it's going to. I mean, yeah, Tulip is in the driver's seat here for sure. One Veil build in the castle, gotta love that. ALPO's not ready to quit. ALPO's got to know that this game's out of hand though. And once these trebs roll in, and that's the GG. That's the GG. Great freaking game. So Tulip, the underdog, takes it. Takes the victory there. Beautiful. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. I'm going to go ahead and put this on YouTube. That was a great game. And I'll catch you later. See ya.